What's up? Welcome. For those who are new here, I'm Thomas, and I guess I make automotive content on the interwebs. So I've been away from the channel for a while posting, I guess, long form content. Plus a lot of shorts and event coverage, but nothing significant as it pertains to car content. And I guess a few weeks ago, a month ago, 2, 3, 6 months, a year ago, I decided that I was going to rebuild one of my cars, and it's just taken a while for things to kind of get going with that. And I think I'm finally to the point mentally and financially that I can take on this project. That project being my 1999 Infiniti i30, which currently sits outside because I don't have any space for it and it's winter time. And one of the rules in my house is that one of the very few rules that my wife has given me is that I need to have a space for her in the winter time to park that thing. And I also have this thing that has to sit inside in the winter time because it needs to be plugged in because the battery will die because BMW. So that being said, I've done some work on that Infiniti, and it's been about 3 or 4 weeks since I've done anything. And then last weekend, this happened, and my house tried to yeet itself into oblivion. So that just kind of put a constraint on the budget a little bit to building the i30. I figured that since I'm doing this, and I don't want to be a gatekeeper or anything like that, I'm going to try to film as much of the process as possible of a garage build. I know people have done garage builds for years and put them on YouTube and whatever. I guess what they say, imitation is the greatest form of flattery. So I'm going to imitate my best, the best YouTubers, and film and put my content on the internet. And if people like it, they like it. If they don't, they don't. You can comment. I'm petty as hell. So I will clap back because I don't care. That being said, the goal is to get that car, and yes, my license plate is DEI higher, that car to a form drivable, reliable, which is drivable and reliable now. But I want to take that car, build it from the ground up, take everything apart, fix any rust issues, fix any drivetrain issues, fix anything going on with it, customize it, and drive it the 1,900 some odd miles from my house in Ohio to Las Vegas for SEMA 2026. I believe that 339 days until SEMA 2026 starts. And yeah, I'm going to film all that content, or try to film all that content, whether it be from my phone or probably it's going to be my phone. But film it, show it. That's a platform that not a lot of people build upon. If you know anything about the Infiniti i30, it is just like it is the little brother, I guess, or yuppie cousin to the Nissan Maxima. Was introduced in 1996 or 7 to the United States when Nissan and Jesus, I can't talk. When Nissan introduced the Infiniti brand for the American market, it was their luxury brand, just like Acura, and Acura is the Honda, Infiniti is the Nissan, and so forth and so on. So it is the A32 platform, which is a Nissan Maxima, 4th gen Nissan Maxima, 1st gen Infiniti i30. Has a VQ30 DE motor, front wheel drive, non-turbo. Some of them came, or overseas were on this same A32 platform. Not this particular car per se was rear wheel drive, but they did have cars on the A32 platform that were rear wheel drive. We just didn't get them over here. My car is a 4-speed automatic, which was the most common that was brought over here. You will randomly see some manuals in the i30. It's rare, very rare, that you'll find a manual i30 that hasn't been swapped to a 5 or 6-speed, and the 6-speeds are even more rare. That was a Maxima thing. So I mean, for $19.99, it had all the bells and whistles, I guess. Leather interior, cruise control, Bose audio, which it no longer has. It came with, get this, 16-inch premium wheels. This particular car has 256,000 miles on it. I've probably only put 500 miles on it in the past 3.5 years. It sat in Pennsylvania for about 1.5 years. I took this car to a paint and body guy over there. He did some work for me on the BMW. The tinted my tail lights, fixed my front bumper, which was slightly bowing, had some paint chips and stuff in it, but he fixed that. It was messed up right here, so he fixed that. Fixed my A-pillars. These were all chipped up. Pulled all the dents and dings out of the doors, and when I picked this back up a couple years ago, I dropped that car off, and it sat, and we were supposed to do some work with it, and for paint and body guys, insurance work is probably the biggest money driver, so it just kind of sat in the field in his yard for 1.5 years, and then I went and picked it up in June or July of 23. Pretty sure it was June or July 2023. Again, nothing had really been done to it. Actually, nothing had been done to it. It has lots of dents and dings and scrapes and scratches, and that happened in the Walgreens parking lot. Somebody backed into it. Then your typical Nissan rust here, over the rear fender or rear quarter. It's not on this side, but there's some rocker fender rust that these cars always have. There and there. So those are my main rust areas. I also have rust in the wheel wells that needs to be fixed. All while trying to also maintain a day job, which most people are not going to say that's hard, because it's not. I've always worked 2 to 3 jobs my entire life, so there's that. I'm also considering doing a supercharger on that motor, which those motors are very, very stout and hold boost. 190 horsepower from the factory. I couldn't tell you what the car's sitting at now. I mean, it's got 256,000 miles on it, so I'm assuming that I might be putting 120 horsepower to the ground. I want to fix that, whether it be supercharger, or, which is very hard to find right now in that car, or turbo, which there's one kit that I know is available for that car, unless I just build one on my own, which I have no knowledge of doing, so gonna have to bring some people in on that one. Which, whatever. Also gonna do full interior, full audio, all the bodywork, of course, again. Then let me know down below in the comments if I should keep the car black. There is a color called Phantom Red that I'd like to do on this car. Who knows? I do the 2 things that I have technically got accomplished on it in the past couple months. I ordered a big brake kit that I have from R1 Concepts. That's been installed, replaced all the braking components except for those lines. We have 4 piston setup in the front, up from a, your stock 1 piston. Which has drilled in slotted rotors. I replaced the rear pads and rotors, calipers, so everything is new as it pertains to system. Master cylinder's been replaced, except for the lines. Like I said, everything's been replaced except for the lines. So that being said, there's a lot of plans. I need to get the car torn down. I need to get it somewhere where I can, whether it's here at my house, in my garage, because I have tools to do it. I have the things to do it. I have quick jacks to put it up on. I have tools, and I randomly go to Harbor Freight all the time to buy random shit, because as a 41-year-old man, I feel like I need to have every tool in the world, whether I use it once or no times. But there is that time where I'm going to need something. Please stick around, follow, tell your friends to follow if they want to see a build by a guy who absolutely knows about 25% of what he's doing, and the other 75% is winging it. That is in cars and in life. Stay tuned. I think we're gonna have a good time doing this. Hopefully we can make a badass car and show it off to the world, because what's the point in keeping them hidden in the garage? There's no fun in that. Also, we'll build stuff with the wagon. I'll also probably be showing some detail and stuff, because that's what I do on the side. detail. So I have this is my current show car, fun car. Was a daily driver. That was my daily driver for 15 years. I've had it for 19 years. Next year will be 20 years. And then that's my work truck when I was doing mobile detailing. I still have it because I think every guy needs and deserves a truck if he wants one. So there we go. And then, you know, I'll be doing something to that van at some point. But for now, look at my dirty car with all these detailing supplies behind it. That car's dirty, that car's dirty, that car's dirty, and the truck is dirty. Alright, well, that'll be that for now, and then I'm off to watch Ohio State beat Michigan.